Welcome back to another episode of Station Podcast. Where we talk about anime, life, and everything in between. I'm Matt,
I'm Robert.
I'm Alonzo.
and we've had quite the episode for you today. I was gonna say we had quite the experience, but it was a couple weeks back. But anyway, before we get into that, how y'all doing today? Procrastinating from anything right now?
Oh man, today, I felt good. I recently, my mom, has a dog, and she didn't want it, so she gave it to me. She just showed up at my door, was like, "Here, this is your dog now." Like, that's not how these work. That's not how responsibilities work, mother. Like, it's not. And
That's
and I've had him for 2 days now. His name's Jose, and he's a good boy, but he's like, I'm just like, I'm not ready for responsibility.
Wait, no. You just said his first name, Jose.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Jose, I mean, it's probably like some alcohol thing, right? He's got to be Jose Cuervo or something like that. Like I don't know. I don't know what his last name is.
You gotta love Jose Cuervo. Oh gosh, that's funny.
But what about you, Alonso?
You know, school finally ended this past Tuesday, last class. I ain't got to worry about that no more today. Been watching basketball. New IDK album just dropped yesterday. Been listening to that.
Ooh, I need to
So
listen.
I'm just been chilling.
Nice. This man has been extra chill today, y'all. Yeah. I mean, I think I was relatively productive for a person that had a night shift until like 7 this morning. So I woke up, watched my team lose, tears, and then I went back to sleep in frustration. But then I got some grocery shopping done, did some errands and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to get things done, and had a really nice weather. And I played soccer the first time again in a long time with all these African dudes. And I forgot how intense Africans get with like very, very, very low stake soccer. Like literally nothing at stake at all. And they're just so heated. Oh my gosh. But I love my people, man.
Yeah. Go for that
But
ball,
it's
man.
why did you pass to him? It's like it's so intense. I'm like, don't pass to him again. He's garbage. Like, okay, yeah, okay, all right. Like, oh god, man. We're supposed to be having fun. It's getting so competitive now. Like, anyway.
One of my coworkers asked me, it's like, "Hey, you want to join? Like, you want to come to our soccer club? Like, it's we're real chill about it." And I was like, I don't think there's any like truly sports guy that's not competitive. So I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Like I can't get into it because you're gonna yell at me when I start playing badly. No.
Which will be all the time.
Right.
Because you've never really played soccer. I can put you through an intense training camp, an anime-esque training arc.
Yeah.
Get you like Blue Lock.
Yeah. Blue lock me in. Yeah, definitely.
Matlock. I think it's already a show. So whatever. Anyway, yeah. So good though. But good time. Good weekend so far. Glad to be off work this weekend. At least for these 2 days. So but yeah, so speaking of weekend we had off, the other was probably what, 3-4 weeks ago? No, it's longer than that. Maybe like 6 weeks ago ish.
Yeah.
Robert here had a birthday. So, in honor of that, we were like, we should do something. We should do something for sure. So we decided to go take a trip to visit our friend Alonzo. And he lives in another state that we don't live in. So it was a little trip. It was like maybe
You don't wanna dox his
5
man?
hours.
You
or
don't
something.
want to give him his address.
He lives at 1925. But we it's like a 5-hour trip, I guess, whatever, because this man has a electric car. We had to stop to charge it. But
Got us there.
it did get us there, and I didn't have to drive because the car drives itself too. So fancy.
That's good.
Anyway, it's got anything to get out of the least amount of work possible. At least anyway. So we drove up there, really good drive all in all. And we got there, and we actually got up there before when he first got this house, and we got in a really nice ramen restaurant. Really nice, really delicious. Probably maybe the best ramen. Definitely top 3 ramen I've ever had in my life, and eaten good amount of ramen. I think everyone would probably agree it was really good. So really wanted to go back. So we tried to though, but we missed their lunch window because we got there like just late enough basically to miss it. Like we had like 15 minutes, and it would have took like 15 minutes to get there or something like that, And so we just missed it. So we were like, okay, what else do we want? So I'm the resident food critic / food selector.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up a bunch of restaurants, whatever, did extensive research with my algorithm. And
made his own search engine.
But yeah, so then we found this really nice Indian restaurant, and it was super good actually. Like, the whole ambiance is nice, not too fancy, not too casual, but like good place, good food. Waiters and the staff are all really nice and friendly. Everyone's cool. Yeah, it was nice. And we were in the middle. I think we were just waiting for our food, right? And this guy at the bar just starts talking to us. Really, he's talking to no one in particular at first. He's just talking to the vicinity.
Even before that, he like the girl, the couple that was sitting next to us. She got up and she was like, oh yeah, can I get a box or whatever? And kind of like went to the bar, and the guy just starts yelling like, "What did you order?" And we're like,
"Oh yeah,
is he talking to her?" And she was like, "Oh well, I got the prawns. They were really good. They were really good." And he was like, "So what number is that?" And she was like, "I don't know. I think it's like 19, 18, one of the teens." And he was like, "What number is that?" Like getting mad at her. And she was like, and she like asked the waitress to like give her a menu, and she was like, "Oh, it is number 19. It is. It's number 19." And he was like, like quiet. And then he was like, "Where do you live?"
The natural progression of a conversation, of course.
To this random girl, like random woman in the middle of a restaurant. "Where do you live?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I stay, some area, we're visiting, so we didn't know any of this, but like some area." And he's like, "Everyone lives out there, And we're just like, what is the point of this? and the guy and the girl's like boyfriend, I'm assuming boyfriend is like a couple, but he's still sitting at his seat, and he's kind of like has his ear towards him, like he's like, should I get up and protect her, or should I stay, here? Because it's just gonna get more and more weird. But eventually she sits down, and then that's when he starts talking to everyone. Gestures broadly.
Right.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
And I made the mistake to engage.
Oh yeah, it was you.
He did. Literally the one time he chooses to engage.
Spoiler alert, I don't talk to people at all. So.
But this brought this episode, so it's good.
Yeah, and the very first thing he asked, Matt, as far as you can remember, the very first thing he asked us is, like, either pointing to Alonso directly and going, "What do you do?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Alonso, he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm an engineer, whatever." And then he points to he kind of just says generally to all of us, he's like, "Where are you from?" And we're all like, okay. We and even you say it, Matt. And I don't know why you're the one who spoke for this, but you were like, "We're from Norfolk," and you're like, "I'm not gonna give you any more than this." So you're just like, "We're from Norfolk, Virginia, right?" And he's like, "Oh, Norfolk, Virginia." And then he says something about like military, and then he's like, "But no, like, so where are you really from?" Is what he asks. And then we're just like, I've never once in my entire life heard someone say this to a black person. "Where are you really from?"
Right.
I've had that happen to me before, when I was in Arizona at the University of Arizona, my graduate advisor was actually the one who asked me, "Where are you from?" I told her Virginia. She was like, "Where are you really from?" I was like, "I'm from these United States." It's like, "Oh, okay." And she brushed it off, but I was like, "Bitch, is there something wrong with you? Like, why would you ask me that? Why would you ask me that? I don't understand."
Like, I can understand that for me because I've obviously gotten that because I have a Nigerian last name.
Hmm.
So, yes. But I don't understand people that have just like American last names that are black. What do you think? We think we all ran to do Ancestry, .com as soon as it opened? Like, I gotta figure this out now. Like, what, the freak?
Right.
Like, no, nigga. Like, like, why would I? A lot of people don't have an interest in knowing that, and because at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily make a difference. Whatever, you're still who you are. But it's just hilarious. Like, it's just hilarious to think that, and extremely offensive. Also extremely offensive, to be honest, because it's like, we want to believe this whole American dream thing, and we're all Americans.
But it's also
All just
the point of conversation is for you to give the information you want to give to them, right? Like,
right.
I imagine if they's like, "Where are you from?" and you tell them this, they should leave it, right? Regardless, you should do
Right.
that. You should also
Right.
reciprocate that, even if you're talking to
Right.
whoever. It's like, I know this person is Asian, so where are you really from? I'm like,
Really
does
from?
it matter? Or is that what they want to give you? You're like, I don't know. Anyways,
Right.
I don't know, with this guy, I did kind of say like certain events from 400 years ago kind of, I guess distract from the fact that I can't know where I'm from,
right.
and he kind of brushed it off. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
And he yeah, exactly. And then he's like, "Oh, well, you should know. You should still everyone should still be able to know, right?" I'm like, "No, that's not how it works."
How it works. Like, I just feel it in my bones when I woke up out of my slumber. I knew where I was from all of a sudden when I hit puberty. That's how it worked.
I should have just said I'm from fucking what's the widest place ever? From fucking
Finland or something.
Finland,
yeah. We love you, Finland. We just had to fix something European. But yeah, I mean, before we actually get into we got some audio too. We got some audio. We got to play the audio.
Right.
But before we can, the audacity to even ask the girl those two questions. Like, she does not work here. Why would she know the numbers of the things on the menu? Who knows the numbers of the things on the menu? Like, at restaurants like this, like, unless you go there very frequently, I don't know the numbers. I just order what's good. Like, even a place, there's a Thai restaurant that I go to that's close to me. I've gone there pretty frequently. I don't know anything about the numbers. I know it's good. I don't know if there are numbers. But I definitely don't know them if there are.
He gave her she gave him the description, right? Like, she was like, they're prawns, they're this type of prawns. Like, describe it to him. This man is just lazy, right? It's like, just open the damn thing and read it.
There's one prawn dish.
Yeah, I'm like,
There's one prawn dish.
I don't know. I'm amazed that we even kept talking to him. So then he starts going into like, he's like, well, you should know your history because I know your history. And then he starts talking about us as if he starts like almost trying to teach us our history. So he's like, well, you're either East African or West African or Central African, something like that, right? And he's like, you're either this or this, and then he starts going into like some random stuff. So this is where we could start the conversation, because that's when we started recording. Is when he started doing our history. Nonsense. Is when we were just like, wait. Nonsense. I need to get this recorded.
In fairness, I wanted to record earlier. But this man was scared.
I was scared.
I knew my phone did not have that capability. He had a way better phone than me for that. So anyway, run the tape.
Yeah. Run the tape.
So they're there, and the bigger agreement, they go from Johannesburg to Cape Town. Got it?
Mhm.
Protestants all fly in a big jet. Catholics and the blacks fly in DC-3 with wings falling off. They had in Cape Town where they got a sign. You never heard any of these stories.
I've never. No.
Probably will.
Gotta get that on somebody.
The Catholics are for civil rights stories. They make it fly on snakes. But they're for Republicans and Protestants. They wish you all dead. They have their bullshit. So Tuesday, I was with Bill Clinton, President. Senator George Mitchell, Senator negotiated all the peace agreements in the world that could be realized upon. And Richard Deal, Trump is in Ireland. He heads up the Irish caucus. Joe Kennedy, ambassador to Ireland. The Irish will always win every war takes time. Enjoy your evening.
Okay.
I interrupted.
No.
I had a
Oh my god.
This guy is so stupid, man. I can't even
So
deal with
much to unpack, even in that first 2 minutes.
it. Like, I can't believe I sat here and listened to that. To be honest.
I mean, Alonzo, where do you want to start here?
Oh boy, Catholics and the blacks
Oh my
flying in
god.
that DC-3, the wings falling off, and they land in Cape Town. So Cape Town, South Africa. Like,
Yes.
is that what he's talking
Yes.
about?
South Africa.
Like, why would the Catholics and the blacks are already in South Africa? First of all, I don't know what this guy's talking about.
I'm so amazed, right? So one, if in general, you can say black people. That's okay. We're okay with you calling us black people. But do never say a group of black people are the blacks. Okay?
The blacks.
Yes, and that's true for any group of anything, right? Don't say the this. It's not good.
Yeah, right.
The Jews. All right? No, it don't work. Like, oh my god, dude.
I mean, it's so asinine. Like, I honestly just can't even believe someone like him exists in real life. Like, he's the kind of person that you see on, like, parody TV shows. Like, not a real person, saying these things, unprovoked. We are saying here's the take. We're saying minimal, like minimal. Like, this guy is just going on these rants to himself, basically, towards us, but basically to himself, because we're barely saying anything in response, and it's like, I can't believe this guy's real. The whole time that's all I'm thinking. That's all I'm thinking. This guy's not real. This is for sure not thing.
And then it gets into and then he starts talking about the Catholics in general. He's like, it's like I don't keep up with any of this stuff, but I'm just like, I know Catholics don't have the best rep right now, right? So it's like, okay, he's like, Catholics, they've always fought for civil rights. Like, I only know one thing about the Catholics, and it's not good.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, all right. But then he ends up saying something that we all kind of like sat on and were like, hey, this may be true, right? When he's like, the Republicans and the Protestants, they all wish you dead. And we were like, look.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't argue that.
This guy might not be crazy.
Right? Like, he may be right with them, but he ain't lying. So it's like, that's crazy.
It was so crazy we had Alonzo glitch in real life.
Right?
You saw that, right? That's wild. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, Alonzo, you said you wanted to bring up what that
he was talking about his Tuesday. Spoiler, it would have been April the 4th. Tuesday, April the 4th is what he would have been talking about. He said he met with Bill Clinton, the president, Senator George Mitchell, Richard Neal, who I guess does stuff in Ireland, heads up the Irish caucus, and Joe Kennedy, the ambassador of Ireland. And so I'm just like, I mean, it's crazy if it's true.
I like
this
that.
guy must be important.
Right?
Right?
Exactly
Legit.
what I thought. I was like, okay, we are actually meeting a legitimate famous person, right? Like
Right.
a legitimate like person who's in politics in some way is what what I was thinking at this point. I was like, oh, he's deep.
Right.
But then he ends up saying right after that, with no context, right? Like, these two statements are not connected. Like, the Irish will always win every war they take side of. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. I know very little about Ireland, but it's not a big place. It's not.
You know, they survived the Troubles with England.
You're right.
And the crazy thing about meeting up with Bill Clinton, Bill Clinton, George Mitchell, Richard Neal, and Joe Kennedy were all in the same place earlier this year in April for the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement. So that was something with the Troubles between Northern Ireland and England. I'm not sure if he was actually there. Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy coincidences.
And you said that is in Ireland, is where this
in Ireland.
Place. Yeah. So
that's where it took place. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, he was just flying to Ireland real quick Tuesday. And this is probably Friday that we.
Yeah, it was Friday. Yeah.
This way just takes quick flights, to Ireland,
Okay.
We'll hear it later, but he said it only costs $500 to attend. So why would you, I don't know, go across the Atlantic, pay $500, and it would have to be more than $500 to be with the former president and all these bigwigs for something so important. I can pay $500 to get in that shit. They don't want somebody like me in there. They don't want the blacks.
The blacks.
I mean, it was so detailed. It sounded plausible, is what it was. See, it was so detailed. It sounded plausible.
Yeah, I'm scared that he's reading a news article, and he's like, "All right, I did that. That's me."
Right? He's just inserting himself into stories that he reads on or hears about on the news. And I'm like, I was just like, dude, listen to him. I'm like, okay, that's plausible. I'm like, also, are these four people really in the same place at any point in time? Which I think was the initial thing we actually looked up. Like, I think Alonzo actually looked it up at the table. And we're just like, these things are all in the same place. But upon further research, we found.
No, these articles are from April 17th. That would have been after our visit to the thing. So that's why I didn't come up at the time.
Yeah, oh shoot. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I mean, he knew about it early, but I feel like this surely could have been on a news channel. Surely could have been on CNN or something. We just don't watch CNN. Because,
one thing that we didn't say that was also preference, like after Alonso gives his, like, we all give our like what we do or whatever, he ends up saying what he does. Well, he says it like, he's like, well, I'm just a dumbass, is what he says. And he's like but I'm a millionaire. And we're just like, what? And he's like, yeah, but right now I grow crops or whatever. He's like, I grow corn and soybean or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, but I used to own a power washer company. And I was like, okay. So then this is what gets him into being in a dinner, with Bill Clinton. All you gotta do is sell power washers. You in there,
Oh gosh.
Like, okay, that it seems wild to me. But yeah.
He also said he grew it in Illinois and Iowa. Like, why are you in this part? Like, this is East Coast.
That's where my farm is. No, this is where my house is. I live here. Farm over there.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
And to preface this again, we are not. We are not in some big city on the East Coast. We're not in New York or anything like that. This is not like some sort of big metro or DC or some big metropolitan area. It's like some little town. I'm pretty sure there's no millionaires in this town. Just saying. I would go on a limb and say there's no millionaires in this town living currently. But if there are, then I don't know if there's many more interesting than him. But I also don't think he is one of them. If there are, he also says the only people that retire are poor.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, that is totally counterintuitive. Like, rich people keep working. And then he immediately follows it by saying, I did retire for a bit, though. I did retire for a little bit. I was like, wait, what? I was like, so you're poor.
Like, after I sold my company, then I retired for a little bit.
It's like, okay. Okay, this guy already is already is like going against himself from the beginning. He's contradicting himself. I'm like, all right,
wild. And he says that, and then after all this, after he says all this crazy shit for the first 2 minutes of this recording, then he's like, enjoy your evening. Like like, I just gave you what you needed to know. Hey, the Catholics helped your whole culture, so enjoy your evening.
Drops the mic.
You're
mic. Literally drops the mic.
We're just like, okay, whatever. If that's it, it's just the end of this conversation, which has gone longer than 2 minutes that you've heard.
Right.
But
right.
If this is it, we're like, all right, no, you're good. You're good. You're weird. You're crazy. You're probably racist, but we're good, right? And then I think you could start playing the rest.
Really good weekend.
Good.
Well, it costs $500
May I ask your name?
Daniel.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Do you have your potato podcast?
The Chinese cannot feed themselves.
Oh.
They were 1.3 billion or something. In the next 20 years, there'll be 750,000 people. You know why?
No.
Where you been living? You're an engineer. You know facts and figures.
Under a rock,
Why
apparently.
are they gonna have their population? What happened?
Gonna kick him out?
What?
Gonna transport him somewhere else? Gotta get that
Transport anybody out. What's your best answer? They had a thing where they're gonna have couples only breed one person per family, right?
that is true.
Did they want girls? They aborted them. So they got a whole country of males. So what can you produce?
Nothing.
You're an engineer. What can you produce?
Not people. Workers.
You can't produce nothing. There's no ladies. I mean,
No motivation.
go in the back room with a male and do what you want to do. Nothing's going to be productive, right?
Oh my God. What the freak, man? This guy said this in real life, man. I can't believe this is real. I am sorry, dude. Listening to this back, I haven't listened to this. This is the first time I've listened to this. Like, listening to this back is unbelievable, man. Honestly, if you play this audio for me and I didn't I wasn't there, I would not believe you. I would say this is fake. You made this up or something. Like you got like your grandpa or something to say this crap who has dementia or something like that. And that's why that's the only way I would understand this. Like seriously, there's no way. Anyway, crazy this.
I mean, I love to start at the top of this one. Where he says, well, first, I love the sound what you made, where he's like, I had a really good weekend. And you say, in like the most sarcastic tone I've ever heard, ever, you go, good. And I'm like, oh man, that was so good, man. Anyways, and then yeah, he says like paid $500 to go to this place. But he's like, that's nothing. That's a drop in the bucket because I'm rich and famous. And then that's when we're like, all right, well, who are you? Who are we talking to? And he finally lets us know that his name is just Daniel.
Just Daniel, man. Oh, God, it's so funny, dude. Oh, my gosh, it's hilarious. It's great.
I mean... Hold on, so what's something put out that you want to point out?
Oh, old Danny boy got the big racism, don't he? The Chinese cannot feed themselves.
Outrageous.
Oh gosh. And then his math, he says there were 1 billion in 3 or something. In the next 20 years, it'll be 750,000 people. That's a mass extinction event in my eyes. Like, how the fuck?
In 20 years. Generations don't end in 20 years. Like, what?
Hundreds of millions, bro. Hundreds of millions gone. They get snapped. Thanos gonna show up in China and snap them niggas. Like, what the freak? Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
Oh man,
that is like it also amazes me the contrast of like he says this stuff so blatantly and he like tiptoes around the homophobic stuff. He's like, I'm racist, but I'm no homophobe. I believe in all love.
What can you make with only males? I mean, you can do what you got to do. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I ain't got nothing to question that.
I can't do it. That's
but
fine.
these Asians can't be these. Like, oh my god, man.
Like, I believe in all love. Love yourself, love them. Great, wonderful. They, them are great, but like, no, I was just gonna say, I love that also that I said nothing as the first answer. he just ignored it. He just ignored my answer and then said nothing like a minute later, like as the answer.
Man, it's
gosh.
Yeah. I don't know what word he was looking for there. He's like, "What can you produce? Huh? What can you produce? Huh?" We're all just like, nothing. And he's like, no. What can you produce? Like, what is this man looking for?
Oh, I said workers. I was like, yeah, I guess you got all guys, you got workers, don't
Yeah,
you?
right. Like, and then like to be so certain about like, okay, and they're saying abort all women, like abort all girls. That's their, like, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think we all hear this thing about one child per family, right? But
Yeah.
abort all women. I don't think we've heard that part.
Right? Like you're literally gonna force extinction, like 'cause it probably cause mass like hysteria, mass depression, and all these dudes that's why I said like no motivation. I just said that like at the end because I'm like, yeah, there's like let's be real. The motivation for majority of men on the planet is somehow like related to women, basically. It's somehow related to women, like either trying to impress women, trying to get women, trying to, level up your woman, or please your woman. Like it's almost all centered around that. Like most guys don't typically care about stuff like, oh, my place has all these nice artwork, or my place has like, fully stocked food and stuff like that, or all these other things like, or like everything's super organized, super clean. They do that for women. They do that for women. They do these things because women like it. Oh, my place has like this nice aroma. We don't care about aromas. Like as long as it don't stink, we good. Like, and that is for women. Like oh, we want something cutesy. Like it's got some unnecessary ish in your place. I got one fake plant my mama gave me, and I got one real plant I got from work.
I gotta cancel you for that one. I actually like it when it smells good. I actually like it clean.
Right.
I like it clean.
Go ahead.
I'm saying we like it clean, but like the levels of this. And of course everyone likes it to smell good, but I think mostly it's like you don't want it to stink. Girls want an aroma. They want to smell something. Like I need to smell.
I like that apple cinnamon fragrance in my cooking.
You know what? I'm hating then. I'm hating. I apologize to all the scenty jiggers out there that like these scents. I apologize. You know what? Maybe I need to correct myself and get into these scents. Yeah. But my point still remains that the motivation for most dudes doing most things is women. So without that, definitely no motivation. Definitely going to get depression in droves amongst men if that was the case. I'm pretty sure there's people in the Chinese government smart enough to figure that out. Just saying. But they're not smarter than Daniel the Millionaire.
Like, yeah. That is crazy. And we kind of already are figuring out at this point that like, hey, this man is heading in a direction and a conversation that we all don't want to have. Like we understand that this is now something, regardless of whether we have the information to talk about it, we don't want to talk about it. Like, that's how we deal with racism, right? It's like, please no. let's just not talk about that, okay? It's like, all right. So, but the problem is he keeps talking. All right? Continue, Alonzo.
Right. He does keep talking.
You never heard this story?
Not like this.
So, they're an Catholic population, and America's gaining population. How are we doing population? What? Say it. We are gaining population now.
People are coming in.
Don't you watch the news?
Well, we got people coming into America. They love it here.
Who's coming into America?
Seems like everyone.
We have a policy to do 3.5 million legal grooming immigrants, right? Who came to America that was legal? Nobody. So now we have 10 or 11 million immigrants coming to America. Where are they coming from? Help me, Lord. Don't you read the paper?
I haven't read a paper
Are
in a
you
long time.
Republicans?
You know, I'm apolitical.
They're coming
I'm
over
moderate.
the border.
Moderate.
And we
You
can't
have to
stop
answer,
them.
dude. You don't.
And the Republicans want to stop them. Democrats don't want to stop them. Why?
I don't know, money?
Wow.
Money? No, money's the answer for everything.
Money is everything. How do you gotta push up? Gotta push up. You push up, I have more people. Dumbasses from all.
Push up. You gotta push up.
Push up, man. Oh my
What the
gosh.
freak does that even mean? I didn't even realize he said that. What does that mean, Daniel?
Everyone knew where this conversation was heading. We knew it from the beginning. This man is going to talk about Mexicans. He is going to do it. We knew it from the beginning. We knew he was going to do it. All right. Well, we're
That's
there.
why. That is why when I said people are coming in, he said who? I was just like everybody, because I am not getting drawn into this. You are not getting. You're not getting me. I know that chick, man. Like, you know, like which is true. A lot of people, it's other cultures, not freaking Mexicans coming to America. It's plenty of other nationalities, plenty of other ethnicities coming into America. Just saying. Pretty sure you can go walk out there and just about any place, even where I'm at, which is not a very diverse place, and I've still met people from like Spain, from Saudi Arabia, from Italy, from obviously India, from Africa, different parts of Africa, Nigeria, Egypt, Morocco, like Cameroon, all these places, like all over the world. Like it's everywhere, and that's the best part about America. That is literally the best part about America. Like that is the reason it's supposed to be so great. Is the melting pot that America is. And like that is always pissing me off. People talk like, oh, immigration. I get it. Like jobs and like overpopulation, all this stuff. I get it. But at the same time, it is what it is. Like you make something good, people want to be a part of it. So it is what it is. Whether it's through legal process or not, some people have to get freaked out where they're at. For example, some of these war-torn countries, obviously like people that taken asylum from like Ukraine and stuff. What are you gonna say? No, you can't come here. What the freak? That's effed up. Like, like their country's literally getting, going through right now, and you're not gonna help out. So it's like I always hate that. I hate talking about immigration because of that. I get it. Like I get all the reasoning behind it. I understand it. I had a Nigerian father that always had these freaking CNNs and crap on in the background, and Fox News is all bull crap. So I get it. I understand it. I get it. But like again, it still doesn't stop being annoying. But also, let's not look at the fact this man made up a whole word.
Maybe he's saying something that we don't understand what he's saying. I like to give him the benefit of the doubt, but a grimming.
Agree.
If
anyone can find that this word is a real word, a grimming, please leave that as a comment.
Grimming immigrants. A grimming.
The immigrants is grimming. They grimming it up.
Hey, grimming.
Oh my gosh. What would that even mean
in
that context? I don't even know.
Any highlights you got, Alonso, for this part?
I don't know. I talked about the Mormons and then I just completely shut up because I knew exactly where he was going. I did not engage him at all for the rest of the conversation.
This is true.
Like, oh my God,
this man ducked out.
Right?
I was just sitting there with my back to him. I was like, nope.
This man had turned around at this point. He had turned around at this point.
It's like, okay. I know.
Man, I mean my food.
I will say that like you said, Matt, but I also like you started laughing when you said like it seems like everyone. And I'm looking back at hindsight and I'm just like, think about the irony of being in an Indian restaurant. Like and talking about like this is the only immigration that is real is from the southern border.
Right.
Like, you're
eating chicken biryani. You're like
come on, dude. Like right? None of them are legal. Not one legal immigrant.
No legals. That is the crazy. That has to be that might be one of the most insane things. Like also people, no one comes here by legal means. Okay, sure.
Like I don't know. Because I like it's also weird because he does preface his number by saying like 3.5 million illegal immigrants, and then asks how many came into America that were legal. I was like, out of the 3.5 million illegals that number that you just came up with, that you pulled out of your ass, right?
That's the agrimming part. The agrimming is the addendum. Those agrimming immigrants,
So I mean, we haven't talked about it yet, right? But there is his tagline that he's been using this whole time, and we haven't talked about it yet, but that is very weird that he's been doing. But anytime we say something to him, his response almost always is help me, Lord.
And he looks up. He always looks up, just like how Robert just did. Yeah,
help me, Lord. and it's great. It's a great tagline to have,
Again, adds to why this guy feels like a fictional character. No one has taglines in real life. That is not a real thing.
And I don't know if it's in this recording, but at some point, you definitely, man, you were like, help him, Lord, yes. I thought it was so funny. He keeps asking, say, please do it.
Help this man. I had to pull my cross and just help this man.
Oh my gosh. Again, very wild. I do not I don't see how this person, like you said, could be real. Like, how do you have these thoughts? I don't know. He ended up, we ended at he's talking about pushing up. The only way to build up our, infrastructure, our economy, or whatever, is to get more people. And how do you do that? Immigration. Anyways, so continue, Alonzo.
Dumbasses from all over the world, however dumb they are, they can push up because they work. Americans don't work. Immigrants work. They push up.
Can't argue that. Americans be come access for disability. They should be fine.
And they're trading your dumbass salary.
They're paying them less money. They're paying them less money, I think.
We got too many engineers.
We do?
Have too many NSA.
We do.
We have too many Marines. We have too many. Where do we need?
Doctors?
Immigrants. She should have picked me for the dumbass. They're rich and famous. Whenever I walk into the bar, I'm the oldest guy in the world. Druggest guy in the world. Fucking racist guy. You guys can't even imagine how rich.
One day. We gotta get on that.
Dumbass can.
I will leave the last part.
Oh my god.
Just up till there, right? Like oh my god, again. This man, he just lets it fly, man. He lets it fly every time.
Oh my gosh.
So, starts off talking about how Americans are lazy, right? No one wants to work. And, immigrants are coming in and they're taking our jobs, right? Like and I just think that's okay. I'm like, all right, maybe there's an argument to be made there, and I think that's the point that you made too, Matt, right? when you started engaging with this? You're like, maybe.
It's some lazy Americans for sure. Yeah.
But
Like,
then
this is not.
but you say specifically like you can't argue with that, and I was like, well, if you're talking about Americans don't work, I'm like, you specifically, Matt. It's like you can talk about that. Like we all can talk about that. We all have jobs. Like like what do you mean we can't argue? Yeah, we can.
I definitely said that in jest. I said that part in jest. I 100% said that in jest. Like, yeah. So yeah, there's definitely examples of people that don't want to work in America. I mean, there's definitely people on like disability that don't need to be on disability, for example. Like we know I think most Black people know at least a couple people that are gaming the system. I think most Black people do, and it is what it is. But every American, like, okay, and then to say, and again, the guy contradicts himself so much from just murdering the fact that immigrants are coming into our country. Just clearly has an issue with it. To saying, what do we need more of? Immigrants. Like what?
And
like, it makes no
start
sense.
saying that we need to cut everything, right?
Right.
I think that's what like I think you were making faces during this time, Alonso, because he was like talking to you specifically every time. He was just like,
yeah,
that one. But yeah, he was like, we got too many engineers, too many NSA officers, too many government agents, too many internal affairs, or whatever he said. And I'm like, really? Like, when has there ever been a country that's been like, oh, we have too many? Like any of these high-paying jobs, like, yep, we got too many of them. Engineers, I mean, they're a dime a dozen.
Legit.
Like, what?
Like, I mean, I can't speak for government jobs. I'm sure there's probably people in the government like, okay, you could get one guy to maybe fill a couple of these positions and work a little bit harder. Probably could cut down some of the positions. But for a job like engineer, like a job that historically we don't have enough of, hence the push to get people into STEM. What are you talking about right now? Like what are you? How is it the first job that comes to your mind? Also, you're literally just taking shots at this point. Like you want a reaction. Clearly,
right.
Like you want a reaction.
Honestly, I think that like you think about his what he said his job was, and he's a farmer, right? And you think like this man probably doesn't have a lot of people working on his farm. The one thing he does need is probably immigrants, right? Like,
right.
It's like, wait, bring them in. I need some workers. Somebody's gonna do this work because nobody wants to get paid shit pay to fucking for slave labor.
Pick olives.
Yeah.
In 90-degree weather for 13 hours a day. Whatever. Okay.
Like that is wild.
But also, let's not forget his other key phrase throughout this entire conversation. He is rich and famous.
Yes.
yes.
he is rich and famous.
And
how
only the rich and famous have to say they're rich and famous.
Exactly.
How rich is he, Alonso?
When he walks into the bar, he's the oldest guy in the bar, the drunkest guy in the bar. But he's, without a doubt, the fucking richest guy in the bar. He's rich and famous, man. Can't even imagine how rich he is.
We can imagine.
Like even realm of imagination. That's crazy.
And the crazy part is he put a number on how much money he has.
Yeah.
He said like 10 to 15 million.
Yeah,
he did.
That's not a lot in the grand scheme of things.
For the scheme of millionaires, no, bro. You're not up there with them. I'm not saying I'm a millionaire. I'm not, but I'm just saying I also wouldn't be bragging, you know. I also wouldn't be eating at this restaurant and drinking at this bar at like 2:00 in this random part of this of the country. If I was, I'd probably be on a yacht somewhere.
I forgot that. I forgot we should have prefaced that. Like, yeah, this is fucking 2:30 on a Friday afternoon. Like, not the middle of the day. This guy's already the drunkest guy in the bar.
By far, already.
Far. And it is 2:30.
The only drinker at the bar, also the only one at the bar.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh, dude, it's so stupid. It's so dumb.
Saying like, I don't know, rich and famous, man. I don't know. If this is what this is what I'm saying. At this point, this is what I'm thinking, right? I'm like, this man is living his best dream right now. He wanted to come to this restaurant. he decided today is the day, right? I'm rich and famous. I'm fucking today I am rich and famous, and you can call me fucking Daniel. I'm fucking Daniel the Millionaire, worth 10 million. I'm gonna go to this fucking restaurant, and anyone I see I want to talk to, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm just fucking yell at him because look, I'm rich and famous. This is what rich and famous people do. I've seen it online all the time. Every rich and famous person just fucking start yelling random shit at people.
Oh, shoot.
And he just goes there and he's like, look, I'm gonna teach these people about their history. I'm gonna teach these people about how American economics work. I'm gonna teach people about like how fucking immigration works.
Oh god, I learned so much that day.
Because I'm rich and famous Daniel, and this is his best dream. To scream at black people. To rant at black people for an hour at 2:30 on a Friday. You know? This is his best dream. I can't imagine that. You know what? You know what? He's right. I cannot imagine how rich he is.
Right.
I cannot imagine.
I can. 100%.
It is as high as he thinks. Just saying.
Oh god.
Like, there's no way, man. There's no way. Power washers? I'm just saying. Power washers are two things that I'm fairly certain do not make you a lot of money. Maybe.
I don't know, man. Maybe the power washer industry when he first started was booming. I don't know.
The Irish, the Irish Catholic power washer conglomerate. Right?
Oh god, Bill Clinton was helping to push him up.
Yeah,
to push him up. Push it up.
Yeah, and the Lord helping him too. Man. Lord.
Yeah.
All right.
Pushing him up.
I'm done ranting.
Oh
That
god,
is
man.
too funny. Look.
Oh my god, what does pushing them up even mean? I gotta just start using that. I'm pushing you up. I'm pushing you up right now. You know?
All right, at this point, he's talking about how rich he is and how and remember, preface this that he said that he used to be in the power washer game. Okay? So now he starts to talk about how he well, this is like, for some reason, it gets to the most popular rich person currently, Donald J. Trump. So, anyways, continue allowed to.
Some rich in this country.
That's true.
But he then Trump went bankrupt on ass. Trump went back to bankrupt. You think he won that down?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I went up and took the machines back. Smack you now. Cut your legs off. You're not gonna screw me. Okay? I made a legitimate deal. That's what we're gonna do. You wanna say you're bankrupt, you're not gonna pay me? I'm gonna get my machine back. Not that soft. I read the reports. You screw me or it gets me. Enjoy.
Thank you.
You have to know where you're from.
We get all of 5 seconds to eat our food. 5 seconds.
All of that full circle, dude. Full circle. He's like, look, this has been the whole point of this conversation because you have to know where you're from. They get all the way back to the beginning. That's crazy.
Oh, gosh.
It's so good. All right. I know you want to talk about some of this, Alonso.
I don't know where the fuck he comes in with Trump out of nowhere from the top rope. I mean, it's true a dumbass can become rich in this country. Just look at Daniel. Biggest dumbass I've ever seen. And apparently he's rich and famous. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going toe to toe with Trump. Okay. Another rich and famous guy. All right now. So I don't know what he's doing. He's talking about machines or like, you know, what are you talking about? The ballot machines they went missing? Like I don't know. He's still in the election. Like is this what Fox News was all about?
Oh my god.
And then he's talking about cutting legs off and just, you're not gonna screw me. I'm just like, this guy is unhinged.
Right.
Unhinged. I don't know what to say about Daniel, man. This guy, he's got some stuff going on. He's fighting some demons, man. I don't know. Demons 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's why he's drinking.
At an Indian restaurant. He told an Indian restaurant to get drunk at. Like, what the freak? It's so ridiculous. I can't even deal with it. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Man, like
mind you, I'm sorry, Robert.
Yeah.
Mind you, we didn't catch this, or at least not this part, but this guy is really rich and famous. He's arguing with these waitresses.
Yes.
And like everyone that comes out about his bill and how he should get a discount because of this, that, and the third. I'm like, why do you get a discount if you're rich? Like this food expensive. Yeah. Like what the freak, man?
I'm not paying for shit unless you bring me my
right?
food. I'm not paying for shit. Right.
Meanwhile, there's food in front of him.
Right.
Like,
okay.
What are you talking about?
Right. Well, yeah, the very end of that clip really got super fucking dark. Yeah. Like just his tone, right? He's like, you expect me to lie down while you cut my legs off? Like it's so dark. I just love it. He's like, you're not gonna screw me, you know. I'm not gonna screw me. Yeah. I'm not soft like that.
You're just crazy. Just...
Right? And he's like, I mean, he's talking about how he's like, he went to wherever Trump kept those machines, so I assume are power washing machines. He took them shits. He's like, fuck it. He's like, look, I don't care how bankrupt you are. You ain't pay me for these. I'm going to get them shits. And that's crazy. I'm like, okay. Should you be telling people this? Isn't that? Like, you're probably thousands of dollar machines, right? Like, that's probably a felony if you stole that. Just saying.
Oh god.
But yeah.
Oh my god.
And then at the end, like he's just again, enjoy. Like, you're welcome again. Now I
have bestowed my blessings upon you.
I gave you even more that you even deserved. I know in the first I gave you your history, and now I'm talking about Trump to you, dude. I'm giving you everything you need to go and
give you straight facts.
Now
this is your life-changing moment. You're welcome.
Right?
You're welcome for that.
Oh my gosh.
This guy, man. And I love how in our recording of this, our friend here, Robert, typed out version of this is that we sit there at a point and reflect on his insanity. It's literally the point where like for what our food is here. We just want to eat, dude. We just want to eat at this point. And we're just And this guy's still talking. And like he says enjoy, proceeds to then say something else 5 seconds later. Like, I don't care what you have to say. I was only even moderately entertaining this because the food was not here yet. My friend, the food is delivered. You have acknowledged this. I clearly have acknowledged it because my spoon is already in my hand. Stop it. Just stop it.
Like, it's crazy. I mean, how relieved we feel every single time he says enjoy. We're like, oh, thank God this conversation is over.
Right.
God, and then immediately, what a roller coaster. You really need to know where you're from, though.
You thought I was done? I got more facts to bestow upon you.
I'm like, oh man, it's so crazy that this is real life, real events that have happened,
unprovoked,
and
unscripted,
again, for my birthday.
For his birthday.
For my birthday.
For his birthday.
I end up getting, dinner and a show, right? Because this man has been like the craziest thing I've seen in a long time.
For sure.
I think there was more that we ended up recording, but that audio wasn't of great quality. I mean, if you want to detail some of that, Matt, because I know he starts talking about sports a little bit, and I don't really know too much about that aspect.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you want to get into it right now?
I mean, it is pretty late. You're right. Maybe that's for another part.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at least like a mini part.
Maybe. Yeah.
But because I think the time now is really more extra.
I hear extra. Oh, shuck it, duck it now. All right, it's time for everybody's favorite time, the extra time. We ain't talking about soccer. We talking about something even better. Something that I don't know. I just love it every single time. So going into the sports, starting off with the NBA, Celtics are up 2-1 in the series over the Sixers. Nuggets are up 2-1 over the Suns. The Knicks and Heat played today. The Heat are now up 2-1. And then the Lakers and Warriors just finished playing. The Lakers destroyed the Warriors by 30 points. They're up 2-1 in the series. LeBron James' son, LeBron James Jr., committed to the USC Trojans, University of Southern California. So congratulations to him. He's the number 19 recruit in the nation. So like father, like son, going to be dominating the course for a long time to come. Kentucky Derby was today. A horse named Mage won the race. Congrats to them. I don't particularly enjoy horse racing. I think it's cruel, but whatever, to each their own. And then something I wanted to talk about was that broadcaster for the Oakland A's, the baseball team, got suspended for allegedly saying the N-word. I'm going to play a little clip for you all. I'm going to let you make the determination of where he said it or not.
Okay.
We had a phenomenal day today. Nigger League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
So what is the real name of that museum?
The Negro League Museum.
Oh. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, he gotta go. He gotta go. That nigga, he wanted a reason to say nigga, and he found one. That's what it was. He's like, I can get away with it today. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That man, he said it with confidence. There was no hesitation in him saying that. That man acted like he'd been saying that his whole life. That dude been saying that ish. Been saying it. Heck yeah, suspend that dude. Freak him. Good and well, it ain't never been no nigga league. It's been the Negro League from the beginning. Stop it, dude. I don't even watch baseball. I know that. Like, get the freak out of here, man. And I know they got teleprompters. They ignored the teleprompter and ignored the papers with his written script and still said that ish.
Yeah, it's like, look,
still said it.
You're going to avoid all words that start with N because I think you have a hard time with him. All right, so we're not even gonna have that. So don't go off the script. And he's like, I got it. Nigga Lee. Oh wait, damn. One more time. I got it. Wow, that's crazy.
That is nuts, bro. What the freak?
Yeah, guy's name is Glenn Cooper, I think his name is how it's has to pronounce. Kuiper, Cooper, maybe. For the Oakland A's, he's been suspended indefinitely. So probably his career is over. I know a couple of years ago, there was a broadcaster for the Cincinnati Reds, Tom Brenneman. He said the F word. Coming in from the break, he was like, yeah, Cincinnati, home of the F words. And I'm just like, wow.
Was there
What the
anything
freak?
that he meant to say there, or it's just like,
There's no substitute. There's no substitute.
wow,
Like, that was just in this man's head, man. He had a Freudian slip.
right?
Like that's what it was, man. It's dangerous living being a broadcaster.
Yeah, I know I couldn't do it. I'd be slipping up every time, saying the
for
N-word,
sure.
saying whole types of out-of-pocket stuff. Power to them.
What part? I've definitely seen black broadcasters call other black broadcasters the N-word on national television, like accidentally just getting too heated in the arguments. And then you'd be like, oh my God, no. You know, you can't say that. We're not in the barbershop. We aren't at home. We're not at the cookout. You can't say it there, man. I'll say it off camera, but you can't.
Like, there's like I told you I watch RP all the time. People doing GTA roleplay, and so many times some conversations get heated between like two black people, and they end up being like, "Look, man, you messed with the wrong. You know what? I'm actually the real me came out. I need to take a 5." I'm like, that's so funny, man.
But,
it's so funny,
dude. I mean, yeah. I just. Yeah, I mean those like I'm sorry, man. Like some of them I can like understand, but like there's just it was never called. It was never called that at any point. That's my thing, and I don't know baseball. That's the thing. Your job is baseball, so there's no way that I know this as a not even a casual fan, a passive listener of baseball. And I know that. How do you not know that? No. That eliminates any possibility of a mistake outside of a legit Freudian slip. And if you got that on your mind like that, then you've been saying it. Because if you don't say the N-word, it don't come out like that. Right. Not that smooth. Right. Smooth AF, man. That thing glided through. The nigga league. The nigga league. Like, that nigga was gliding with that. Heck no, man. Ain't no way. Let that man go. Bye.
He didn't say anything. He had an apology. He had a, like, oh, that's just my accent.
He had an apology. Yeah. But he still suspended his ass. So
apology. He did not mean to apologize. He done said that way more times than that in private, and he did not apologize for it once. I don't want to hear it.
ChatGPT or an apology for saying anything to the people. I'm sorry.
Right.
Saying nigga. I won't do it again.
In front of y'all, at least.
In front of y'all, Still like, no, man. Prominent in my vocabulary.
That man can't control himself. He gonna definitely say it. He's probably saying it at home right this second. Today, right now, he's saying it. Like, there's no way, man. I'm sorry. Like, people make mistakes, but sometimes, man, you gotta have repercussions for your actions. Otherwise, it just goes unchecked, and people just keep doing whatever they want to do. And like, it's just a word at the end of the day. And I know black people use it still, but again, like, it's just like with anything else. There's plenty of things that your close friends can call you and say to you that other people can't. Right. Like that's just life. And people that don't accept that, I'm like, I mean, you just are in a delusional world that you feel is like, oh, this world is supposed to be about me and just me, and I should be able to do what I want, say what I want. I'm like, if that's what you think about the world, then you are definitely a delusional human being that thinks of the world solely revolving around you. And that is insane in itself. when a world of billions of people revolves around just you and your opinions and thoughts, that's extremely ignorant to think that. So I'm like, any people that have this sort of thing and have like an issue with this, I'm like, okay, think what you want. I'm not gonna argue with you, but I know right then label you as ignorant and not even bother to talk to you or speak to you or attempt to even change your mindset. Because people that want to change will change. People that want to, realize the problem and do something about it will. And people that don't want to and want to keep pretending like it doesn't exist or keep pretending like it doesn't mean anything or just a word, blah, blah. Wait till it's you or someone you care about being called something. I mean, even let's say your friend at the club, your girlfriend, some guy walk and call her a bitch. Bitch. What you gonna do?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, look, they definitely make it seem like it is just this one word, right? They're like,
right.
Oh, all the dictionary is just this one word, so that's the problem. It's so hard because it's only the one thing I can't say, and it's like, well, no, we're literally included with every derogatory term you can call anyone, right? Like, there's a long list, and it's just one of the ones. Like, is it hard? It shouldn't be. This is how existing in our society has been. Like, yeah, you can call like the B word, but also the C word, right? To women in general, do not do that, right? Like, we know this. We don't say it at all. Not even to, you know what I mean? Like, we don't do that. But for some reason, it's just like, oh, that's real hard. It's hard. Not saying the words I can't say. It's like, okay.
Right. I just exasperated some people. I mean, Dan the Millionaire can say what he wants because he's rich and famous. So let's get that straight. Oh gosh, but anyway, I don't know. That's a good one. That was a really good one, Alonzo. This man always comes with the good ones that I don't expect. I love it, man. And what I'd never be hearing about. I'll never be hearing about this stuff. So good. Anyway, yeah, man, this is good. This was good, and that whole experience was crazy. I'm glad we all experienced it together because I don't think if one person experienced it, the others would have believed them, and I surely wouldn't have believed it because, like, yeah, this guy does not seem like a real person, but he's there and he was real, and it was an experience. But yeah, thank you guys for taking part in our our very, very interesting evening, or I guess early afternoon, with Daniel the Millionaire. And like I said, thanks for procrastinating with us. See you next time.